Hey guys, Thogden here, and welcome back to a new video. We've got Fozzie! Look at him! We're here! Mate, the comments are going mad. I can't believe it. Everyone's been asking me, who are you signing for? Tell us.
Everybody's been asking me. I do not know yet. I'm going to sign a short-term deal with YouTube FC, I think. Definitely going to have to play a few games for my boys at #United. What is it?
It's that way, mate. Yeah, you got it. Love it. So what are they giving you? A couple Mars bars a week?
I'll get a bag of cones and a couple of packs of Watsits.
I love that. All right, I'll offer a better contract. If we get 20,000 likes, he's joining Thogden FC.
How much are you going to pay now?
3 Mars bars. Oh, no, I'll give you a 48 pack of Mars bars. I'll send it to you. I'll send it here next week. Box.
I'm in,
Deal?
I'm in.
20k likes? Get it done.
20k likes.
We need to recommend a guest because Sharky recommended Nico. He might be on in the future weeks. Little hint there. Who are you recommending on?
Right, this weekend on Prem Predictions, I've made a little bit of an outrageous prediction.
Okay.
In the Leeds-Chelsea game. And the biggest Leeds fan I know,
Yep.
Simon Miniminter. Simon, come on, get yourself on Prem Predictions. Let's see what you got, all right?
Tottenham against Wolves. That's your team, mate.
Wolves have been ridiculously underwhelming this season.
They have.
Underwhelming. Wolves fans hate me anyway. They do. They
Why?
hate me.
Because of West Brom. Fair enough.
For West Brom for so long.
Yeah.
So they always give me dogs abuse. But I think Spurs this season, they're impressive. The Chelsea game last weekend was incredible. I enjoyed every single second of it. The tempo, Tottenham look a team this year.
They're a different team. They could get second place. Maybe they'll beat Liverpool to second.
Top 4, definitely.
They showed character against Chelsea. They proved to me that they could really go for second, third stretch this season. They look different. They always go to Stamford Bridge and lose. That was different. The way Kane scored a winner.
True that.
And Wolves, a 0-0 draw to Fulham. I know they look good. They had lots of chances, but who's going to finish the dinner? Hwanky Chan, Podence, Pedro Neto. I want to see more. Neto and Gibbs White missed open goals last time. I'm going to go 3-0 Tottenham.
I'm going to go for a comfy 2-0 win.
Yeah, fair enough.
A comfy 2-0 win. I'm going to go for Kulusevski for the first, Harry Kane for the second. Harry Kane to get me some more bonus points. I might even captain him this week.
Tottenham going for the league, that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Fozzie is going to be doing the skywalk when they win the league. He'll be on there celebrating.
Right, I've gone 2-0, you've gone 3-0. Thog Dad, having a lovely time in Montenegro, by the way. What do you reckon?
The scores from last week: Thogdad a miserable 4, Thogden an amazing 10, and Sharky, what a guest, 11 points. I cannot believe it. The scores are on the doors, but everything's going to be all right, because this week our guest is a cyclist. What does he know about football? Tottenham Hotspur against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Both teams drew last week, and what a game that was between Spurs and Chelsea. I watched it with a beer and a curry. I loved how the managers were fighting. The passion there was incredible. This is going to be Spurs 2, Wolves 0.
Start of the Saturday 3 p.m s. We're going to Selhurst Park for Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. What's it like going to Selhurst Park? Difficult place?
Very difficult place. The home fans, that one end where they have all the flags flying and stuff like that. Honestly,
The HF.
When they get it going, it is outrageous. The wall of noise is incredible. I think this is going to be a tight game. I do. Two teams that I think fairly evenly matched and will probably finish about the same this season, I reckon. Villa, a little bit unconvincing at the weekend against Aston Villa, but they got against Everton, but they got the job done.
Yeah.
Palace, that's a massive result for them, by the way. And they looked half decent against Liverpool as well, didn't they?
What Palace proved to me is Eze and Zaha this season are going to feast. I swear. And when Elise's back, it's going to be curtains for defenders.
He's a player. I've spoke to Will Hughes a couple of times about some of the young lads there, and he says Eze is incredible. He says, but Elise is the one. He said, watch out for Elise. He is outrageous.
Because what Elise has that Eze doesn't is pure pace. Yeah. So when he puts it past the defender, there's no coming back.
He's gone.
Eze's like a swift mover. He's the one you want in your team in the midfield park. He's going to make Fabinho send him back to Sao Paulo. He did. He sent him back.
Right, give me your score prediction, because this is a tight one.
It is a tight one.
I'm struggling with this one.
I think it'll be a tight Palace win. 2-1. Eze and Ayew to score.
Oh, I like it. Can't see there being any kind of difference between the two teams. I think it's going to be an evenly matched game.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Danny Ings to score, a late equaliser.
Baller. Thing is with Villa, they did look good. They got back 2-1, Buendia off the bench, worked hard. They've had a rocky start, but you think they're going to turn it around.
They've got players, though. They have got players. I think they're just waiting for it to click a little bit, to be perfect.
Let's go over to Thogdad in Montenegro. What's he predicting? Is it a win? Is it a draw? Let's find out.
Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. What a result for Crystal Palace last weekend. I tell you what, not many teams are going to go to Anfield and get a point, but it's very hard to call this game, so I'm going to sit on the fence again. 1-1.
We're going to go over to Goodison Park.
We are.
Everton got off to a stinking start this season. 2 games, 2 losses.
Yep.
At home to newly promoted Nottingham Forest. Big win at the weekend. Everton Confidence a little bit low? What are we saying?
I love Everton fans. When I went there at the end of the season last year, it was incredible. Their fans turned their season around.
Their
if
fans
it wasn't
are
for them,
sickos, mate.
If it weren't for them, they wouldn't have stayed up.
I did a podcast earlier in the season where I said Everton fans can be absolute poison at times.
Yes.
They can kill their team,
Yeah.
But on the flip side of it, when they get behind their team, like they did when Frank Lampard took over, genuinely the reason why they stayed up.
Frank Lampard, I like him as a manager. Good man management skills. Iwobi at centre mid, I think that's the position he needs. And I like what Onana did. I know he made the mistake for the Villa goal, but he worked back and basically created his own match.
He's going to be a player, man.
Who have they got left up top? DCL's injured. They've got Damari Gray and McNeil on the wing. Who else have they... Can that stay up? I know the fans are incredible.
I'm going to give a sneaky little 2-1 win to Everton, kickstart their season.
Big 3 points.
Rondon. Big Solomon Rondon to get off the mark as well.
You've heard it here first.
Big
He's
Solomon
back in the
Rondon.
toffees. And I am too, 1-0. One of those scrappy, low-scoring games. And we haven't given enough respect to Forest, by the way. They were brilliant. The atmosphere
Big Dean
at home.
Henderson, by the way. Big Dean Henderson.
Different gravy. Different gravy.
Different grade.
Need him on the pod.
Do you know what? It's good. It's nice to see goalies that have just been like really, really dying to get out and play games, play first team football. He got out there last weekend. He showed everybody what he's about. Boom. The future is looking bright for people like Dean Henderson.
And I think they'll stay up, by the way. Forest home form will stay up, but Everton really need a win. So we're both back in the Everton. Will it be a 3 Everton, 3 points? Let's find out.
Everton against Nottingham Forest. Everton have played 2 and lost 2, and they're playing a team who beat a team in Europe last weekend. Well done, Forest. Now, the difference here will be the Goodison Park faithful, the fans. I'm going for a home win, 1-0 to Everton.
This is one of the hardest games to predict this weekend.
No, it's not.
Really? No. Fulham against Brentford, West London versus West London. Craven Cottage, they've got great form at home. They drew to Liverpool.
That's not great form at home. That's like 1 draw from 1 home game. That's not great form at home.
Last season they were brilliant. Mitro has scored 6 goals of his last 7 at home. He knows how to do it when he's at home at West
By the way,
London.
can I say, I've got to take back what I said about Mitro. I didn't think he'd do it this season. I didn't. I've seen it before. Every time they get promoted, he gets into the Premier League and he just fades away, he fizzles away. This year, Mitro is looking like a lean, mean goal scoring.
He's done it once. I mean, I wouldn't go back on your words just yet. Against Wolves, it wasn't as much.
I'm going for a comfy Brentford 3-0 win.
No, you're not.
3-0 win to Brentford, and let me explain to you why. Brentford, obviously high off of the 4-0 win against Man United, yeah? High off that. But I feel that Fulham will feel like they might have got a little bit carried away after the great result against Liverpool and another draw at the weekend. They'll be like, we've cracked this Premier League business, you know what I mean? We know what we're doing here. Brentford, though, they are this kind of Premier League team that if they can sense a little bit of weakness in their opposition, sense that they're getting carried away with themselves, or on the opposite side, if they can sense that they're struggling a bit, they will take full opportunity to go and get 3 points, and I think it'll be a comfortable win. I think they'll get an early goal. My boy De Silva, who's actually on the bench in my fantasy Premier League team, killing me.
You got to start him.
I was starting him this week for sure.
He's gone up in price, so you've kept him. You've done well there.
Him, boom. De Silva's going to get him off the mark early doors, and then 2 from Even Tony. 3-0 comfy win.
Fulham, I'm gonna go different from you, of course. I think their home form, they are backed by the odds to win this game, surprisingly, even though Brentford went and won 4-0 against United. I think Craven Cottage will be rocking. They've proven to me enough that Mitro will score in this match. I think it's going to be a high-scoring 4 goals, so I get an extra point if it's correct. 2-2 draw. I'm buzzing for it, though.
Fog Dad, what you saying, mate?
Fulham against Brentford, 2 teams unbeaten this season, meeting in a London derby. Now, Brentford hammered Man United last weekend, but Fulham is going to be a lot tougher. I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
Okay, King Power, Leicester at home to Southampton. Leicester, a little bit of an indifferent start. They're scoring goals, they're also conceding goals.
Leicester's defence and goalkeeper have had a bit of a mess so far, it's fair to say. Schmeichel
I need to know what happened with Schmeichel.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know
us.
how this can happen because somebody like Kasper, he is still one of the top goalkeepers in the world.
I mean, we all fancy south of France in the summer, though.
For sure, it would be incredible, and I would be there in a heartbeat. For sure.
Me, sign him up.
Yeah, for sure. But still, he's still on the top of his game. You know, he's still good to go. One of the best goalkeepers in the world.
No, it's a good point. I don't understand.
And to just let him go like that.
No disrespect to Danny Ward, though, he could still put in a shift. I think once he gains chemistry with Amati, Johnny Evans,
Danny Ward's a good goalie, you know.
but he's been thrown in at a weird time. I'm not sure he's had a proper understanding pre-season training. He needs more time.
It'll come. Like I say, for somebody that's a second choice goalkeeper, it always takes a few games to find your feet and just find that little groove.
Does it change around at home at the King Power to the Saints?
I do think it does. I think this is where Leicester are going to keep their first clean sheet of the season. Southampton.
But that's a huge statement. We can't move away from that.
Leicester.
First 2 games, it's difficult.
Leicester, first clean sheet of the season this weekend at home against Southampton. Southampton's struggling, mate. I think away from home, they struggle massively.
Fair.
Comfy, 2-0 Leicester win.
That is unbelievable, mate. I can't believe that you've gone so confident on Leicester. I like Southampton. I predicted them to survive. I think you put them to go down just.
Yeah.
I like Sekou. He really excited me against Leeds. Joe Aribo, I watched him at Rangers last season, and I think he'll smash it in the Prem. And I do think Saints will score 2 goals. But you're now thinking I'm going to go Saints draw or win. No. Leicester 3-2. 5-goal thriller.
I think you're just overdoing it a little bit. You've got to be sensible. Leicester will win the game comfortably. Southampton are going to struggle a little bit. It is what it is. 2-0.
Here's the scenario. I tell you what, the winner is going to come from Harvey Barnes. Thogdad's predictions are always the same. Let's go over to him.
Leicester City against Southampton. Both teams are struggling and desperate for a first win of the season. I'll tell you what, this game has got goals written all over it. Leicester 3, Southampton 1.
Over to the South Coast, the Cherries are playing Arsenal. Now,
What's the name of the stadium? What's the name of the stadium?
don't say it. Don't say it, you mug. Don't say it.
Do not take this out. This is so far from you. I knew it.
Frank's house. Frank's house.
I knew it.
So why are you munning me off?
I knew it.
Why are you munning me off?
You didn't know what it's called.
Wait, let me look
The Vitality. It's called the Vitality.
That's such a memorable stadium.
It's such a difficult place to go as well because it's such a tight enclosed. And
It is
it's only,
small, yeah.
You know you're only going to get like 12,000 fans there or whatever. I don't care. It's so tight. It's so on top of you.
I love it.
Bournemouth at home are a threat, mate.
Big
Bournemouth
key for
at
more.
home. Big key for more. They've got a way of playing. They like to start the game quickly. They like if a ball goes out for a throw, watch how quickly they get the ball back. Bang, straight in play. It's a difficult place to go.
I think they've won the last 15, 20 games apart from the Cups. In the Championship and the Prem, they've won that consistently in a row. It got them promoted last year. And then Big Keith was like this all over you. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So Arsenal, you know they're in a purple patch. I know they're doing well.
Yeah.
But is this where they have a little hiccup?
I think it is, mate. I think this is where Arsenal lose their 100% record. I'm not gonna go for a Bournemouth win.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go for a Bournemouth win. I'm gonna go. Gabby Jesus will score for sure because he's my boy.
Yeah, he's nice.
Dream team. I need him to score. Yeah,
me
it
too.
goes without saying. I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw. I'm gonna go for a Bournemouth 1-1 draw.
I agree with everything you said, but I think the purple patch continues for the Gunners. Bournemouth 1, Arsenal 2. Tight game, really tight. Maybe a late winner from Bukayo Saka.
Ooh, I like it.
Because Martinelli and Jesus have been smashing it so far. Time for Saka to be the man of the moment.
Okay, I like that.
At the Vitality. See, I know it. Does Thogdad know it?
Of course, Fogdad knows it. Fogdad knows everything.
Bournemouth against Arsenal. Arsenal flying high and looking brilliant this season. Played 2 and 1-2. And Gabriel Jesus, could he be the signing of the season? I'm going for Bournemouth 0, Arsenal 2.
Okay, Ellen Road, Leeds against Chelsea, Thogden.
Wait. Before you get into it, tell me this now. Is that the best atmosphere in the Premier League?
It's a very good atmosphere.
Fine.
It's a very good atmosphere. I don't know if it's the best.
Newcastle Forest beat it, or?
I think Newcastle might beat it. Leeds fans are fanatical. They are on it, mate. They are fully on it. Tough match though, this one. Really, really tough match. Chelsea, again, watching that Spurs game at the weekend, Chelsea, mate, the tempo of that game was not something I haven't seen for a while, to be honest with you.
Mate,
Chelsea are on it.
Tommy Tuchel finds a way of adapting to the team.
Is it Tuchel or Tuchel? Is he going to be in the dugout though on Saturday?
Oh, he got sent off.
Of course he got sent off. You need kind of a leader. You need somebody to look to. Tuchel's that guy that stands on the sideline and he's waving his arms and he's getting behind his players and he's going, yeah, come on, love that, well done.
And Leeds is a tough place to go. It's one of the best atmospheres in the Premier. I can say that for myself. I made a mistake, but I've written it down now. I'm going to say it
now. You can't back out.
I can't back out now. I've said Leeds 0, Chelsea 2, and I'm sorry to everyone in Yorkshire that supports the Whites. I honestly think that Chelsea could get the win if they play football. They start to play like a home game. You know the way against Tottenham, they laid it out 60% possession.
Yeah.
Cucurella, Koulibaly, straight up to Reece James, run down the, Raheem Sterling linking play. If they play like that, they will get the win.
This is where the years of experience of being a Premier League footballer and understanding.
I can't say this.
Just understanding those tiny little things that make a big difference. All right.
Big things, yeah.
And this could be seen as an outrageous shout. It could be seen.
Let's hear this outrageous shout. Come on, let's hear it.
I'm going to go for a Leeds home 1-0 win. I'm going to go.
Thanks for the mic.
No, I'm
done.
Hear me out.
I'm going home. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, bye.
Because Chelsea don't have their manager. Leeds as a place to go to is hostile, it's hard work. Leeds are a decent team, Rodrigo is on fire, absolutely on fire. The highest scoring player in Fantasy Premier League. You can see him nicking the goal. 1-0 win. Bogdad, you backing me up?
Leeds United against Chelsea, two teams who drew 2-2 last weekend and threw away late. Leeds, Rodrigo is leading the Golden Boot race. Leeds are in a European place. Thog Uncle is happy. This could be a brilliant game. I'm thinking Leeds 1, Chelsea 2. They always find goals from somewhere.
Time for the other 2 o'clock Sunday kickoff at the Olympic Stadium between West Ham, rocky start, 2 losses, to Brighton, who have played really well. And I thought when they lost Basuma, they lost a lot of their big boys, they'd fall off, but they haven't.
Mate, this is a really tough match to predict. Do you know what? I love Brighton. I do. I absolutely love Brighton. The way they play.
Josh is loving you behind the way. Big Josha. Big Josha behind the camera.
But they're a very good team. Yep. They're the kind of team that turn up to places, and if that team isn't on it, they will take the 3 points. West Ham are a good team. They are. They've had a tough start, yeah? They've had a tough start.
They have.
I think get Man City on the first game of the season, for any team, yeah, it takes the wind out of your sails. But I think they bounce back.
Okay, but at one point, surely David Moyes picks up points. A draw or a win, he's got to figure out a way.
This will be the game that sort of kickstarts their season
Fine.
again. You know, last season everybody was raving against West Ham.
Oh, mate.
What a team, they're in Europe, they're doing this, they're doing that, and then they kind of fell off a little bit towards the end.
Yeah.
Which is cool, it's understandable, they're playing games for fun. They played over 50, 60 games. This is what I'm saying though, I think West Ham, my boy Jared Bowen, is going to get off the mark.
Is it finally happening?
It's finally happening.
I've seen West Ham fans saying he's too distracted by Danny Dowd.
Jared Bowen's, watch his work, just look at his work rate in games, mate. He gives you everything, and he always will. He's going to get off the mark, and I'm going to go for first win of the season for West Ham, 2-1 win.
That's massive, because Brighton are smashing it. After the United win, Newcastle draw, but their XG was dominant. Mitoma on the wing. I want to see him start 90 minutes.
What I did hear you just say then was XG. Please never mention XG again. Worst stat.
Is it?
Worst thing of measuring something in football.
But when you're in the box,
it doesn't
8
matter.
yards from the goal and you miss,
XG.
the next game...
XG ain't a thing. It isn't a thing. Please.
Really?
Honestly, it's rubbish. It's absolutely rubbish. I can promise you, yeah, no player that plays in the Premier League, no club statistician in football looks at XG.
Are you serious?
It is not a thing.
I'm going to go West Ham 1, Brighton 1. I think Brighton will dominate the match, but David Moyes will figure a way of getting a point. It'll be the first of the season. It will kickstart their year. They're going to have great form later on. Ben Rama to sneak the goal.
That's a sensible prediction. I'll give you that, and I can see that happening. I've gone for a 2-1 West Ham, but I could see a sensible 1-1 draw.
And I know who else would predict 1-0. My dad, because he's boring.
West Ham United against Brighton and Hove Albion. Now West Ham have played 2, lost 2 and not scored a single goal in 3 hours of football, and this is a bad time to play Brighton, who are well organised. Wouldn't surprise me if Brighton win this 1-0, but I'm actually going to go for a 1-1 draw. West Ham are going to score a goal.
Right, St James's Park, the place that I think probably has the best atmosphere in the Premier League. When them fans are popping, honestly, what a place, mate. You look around and you just think, wow. This is built for big European nights, this place is. And I think we're a few years away from it, and they will get there. But this game is not going to be a game that Newcastle are going to enjoy.
We can all remember what happened when Manchester City won the league. All their players, they got on the drinks, they got a bit pissed, and the cameras were on them because they were celebrating. It was the parade. Grealish is on Bernardo Silva's Instagram story saying, oh, mate, in the last game, you were rubbish. You played like Almiron.
Wow.
Why is he on his head?
Why is he coming for Almiron? Almiron's a player, you know.
Why would you go for him out of nowhere?
I don't know. I think he obviously had a few and he was just having a nice time.
That's fair enough.
But Almiron's a decent, really decent player.
Especially this season, pre-season, I think he got like 6 assists, 2 goals or something.
You don't want to play against him, you know. He don't stop running. He's rapid and he does not stop running. Man City are the best team in the world at doing that. Nobody can match them. And if somebody tries to go toe-to-toe, head-to-head, and do the same thing, Man City will pick you off and they will bully you and they will pop you off the park and they will batter you. And I've gone for a 3-0 Man City win, a comfy 3-0 Man City win, just because Newcastle will have played into their hands.
And that's not taking anything away from the atmosphere. You said it's the best in the Premier League. It will be fired up. But when City perform, nothing can stop them. But it looks like the Prem is already written off. Like, surely they win the Prem.
It's early doors again.
No, they win the Prem. You predicted that.
We said at the beginning, I have predicted that, and they probably will.
Yeah.
However, I still think it's too early to predict stuff like that. Anything can happen in the Premier League. Some of the results we've had already this season, that's the beauty of this league.
And I think this will be a tight match at St James's Park. They've proven how good their form was at the end of last season, brought it into this year with a big 2-0 win over Forest. I'm going 2-1, City 2. Tight game, 1 in it, a little bit closer than yours, fair to say. And I think Cancelo is going to drop another masterclass.
Bogdad, what are we saying?
Newcastle against Manchester City. These are 2 teams who have not conceded a goal this season in 6 hours of football. Well, what a test this is for Newcastle. How far are you behind the champions of the league? I think it'll be Newcastle 0, Manchester City 2.
Right, here we go, on to the Monday night game, the big one of the weekend. I'm going to that game. Atmosphere is going to be incredible. There's talks of like riots, there's talks of like What are they going to be doing, all these Man United fans? By the
Well,
way?
they want the Glazers out. I think the Glazers confirmed they're going to be leaving, but they're still protesting. They want signings. They want to be back to where they belong. Well, you've been within the system. You've been a player there. You've seen it all. What do you need to do to turn around this season?
Don't know if they can turn it around yet. All I ever hear is that these transfers and these targets, and they're trying to get them. But then I look at the wages that they're apparently trying to be paying. Right, Rabiot was going to be the highest paid player at Man United.
Not the
Man
highest.
United were willing to...
Are you serious?
Willing to put him on the highest wage of the whole team. Players will only go there now for the money because they know that they're going to get absolute abuse if they don't perform.
No,
they know
it's true.
that unless they're getting 300 grand a week, it's worth it. Other than that, they're not going.
And that isn't football. You don't go to a football club just for the money. And when you do, this is what happens. Let's not forget, United played Liverpool in pre-season in Thailand. United won 4-0 and they played brilliant.
Pre-season counts for nothing, Thogden. I'd never
read
a single thing into a pre-season game. None of them.
Seriously?
It could be the week before the season. It could be a month before the season starts. They mean absolutely zero.
Really? Why is that? Why is that a thing?
Because in pre-season, all you're trying to do is get your fitness back, yeah?
Yeah.
So a lot of the time, you might have already done a running session that morning, yeah? Lads are tired. They're not on the game. They don't want to... There's those sort of tackles, those last-ditch tackles that in a Premier League match, you know there's a chance you might get injured. In friendlies, you are not going in for that challenge. You're not.
When they go to Old Trafford in the Premier League, it's a different story. They're playing their strongest team. They're probably going to win.
Mate, Liverpool have to win it. It's as simple as that because 2 games, 2 draws, that's not good enough. I think this is a game that Liverpool will be double fired up for. Man United have to be fired up for it because to them it's probably their biggest game of the season.
But their players will be tuning on, looking onto Twitter, saying that the 17th minute that fans might run on the pitch and protest. It's like, it's difficult to be motivated when the fans are not against you, but they're against the club, but then it kind of works against you. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's the sort of stuff, I hate that kind of stuff. People running on the pitch. We don't want to see that. Seriously, we do not want to see that. We want to see the game played properly. I can understand people trying to protest, peaceful protest.
Yeah.
But do not be running on the pitch. We don't want to see that kind of thing.
I have a feeling that United might come away with a draw. But it's so against everything we're talking about. I can't predict it. I'm going to give you 2 scenarios. One is a 1-1 draw. And this is where Liverpool, they just quake early on, 17th minute or something like that. United score, they hold it off, the fans get behind them. You see, 17th minute is when they're meant to run on. It's when they're going to score. United are going to score in the 17th minute. My other scenario is Liverpool just score early and then it gets toxic and they score another late goal and it's 2-0 Liverpool. That's what I predicted, unfortunately. But they're without a striker. No Darwin Núñez. Jota's injured. Yeah. What are they going to do?
Diaz, you've got to say to him, fair play, he is some sort of a player. You know what I mean?
Mate, ridiculous.
He must have been the bargain signing of last season, for sure. He has absolutely ripped it up. Since he joined, it's like he's been there for years. He looks like the most natural player suited to Liverpool I've ever seen.
They don't shop in Poundland. They go to Gucci and Versace.
And they know what they're getting, and it's proven, and it always works. I think Liverpool are going to score early doors.
Yeah.
Like I say, I think the atmosphere is not going to be brilliant. I think they're going to get on the backs of the Man United players, and then Liverpool are going to go 3-0 up. My boy Diaz, that I've just said, maybe score 1 or 2. Salah probably get a penalty or something like that.
Yeah.
Loves the penalty, doesn't he? Man United might sneak one at the end, so I'm going to go for a comfy Liverpool 3-1.
I've gone 2-0.
I could also see a draw as well.
Mate, you ask any United fan behind the camera, they would also say Liverpool win. That's the way it is. This is the world we're in. Yeah. Liverpool need to pick up points. They've proven they got to the Champions League final and came second with so many points last year.
Can we give a shout out as well to our boy Mark Goldbridge, by the way?
Before we talk about the outro, let's go to Thogden. We can't forget about United.
Thogden, what are we saying, man?
It's probably going to get it right. So whatever he says is probably going to happen.
Manchester United against Liverpool, the game of the weekend. This has always been a classic. Now, we could make a whole video on this game. Man United in absolute crisis. Liverpool, some people have written them off, but I tell you what, it is too early to do that now. Darwin Núñez, very silly boy, he's going to miss 3 games. Liverpool's problem against Crystal Palace, they had more possession, more passes, 24 shots I think, but only 4 of them were on target. But it's going to come together soon, and I think it starts at Old Trafford. Man United 1, Liverpool 2. I'll be down the pub watching this.
We're not just ending this video here, we're doing a giveaway. Whoever predicts United Liverpool correct with the goal scorers in the comments below, I will send you 48 Mars bars to you. Send me a screenshot on Instagram if you get it right.
You're giving 48 Mars bars away. You didn't even bring anything for me today. You didn't bring me like a multi-pack, like a fun size.
Because you signed for YouTube FC and you can't be putting a piece of fat on that stomach, mate.
Scumbag.
I expect a performance because you might even sign for Thogden FC after this.
Oh, come on, that'd be nice.
That'd be nice anyway. But look, subscribe to his channel. It's going to be a cracking weekend and Monday of football. I'm buzzing. Ben, it's been a pleasure. See you later, mate. Take care.